You had TCS has a buy from Ashwini. Okay, we'll come back to all these gentlemen for more strategies. For the moment, we have a few seconds for the markets to open. I'm wondering, okay, let's leave the markets to settle down. We have a management joining us, and that's the management of NHPC. Higher other expenses and lower regulatory income overshadow the lower tax for NHPC in the fourth quarter. A.K. Singh, Chairman and Managing Director, NHPC, joins us now. Good morning, Mr. Singh. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. Can you give us some color on your expenditure? It looks like there are some one-offs like provisioning.
Yeah, this year we have been doing good business for the company because the monsoon was good and our machines were available for generation. So we have done the record generation of around 26,121 million units, and because of that our revenue has gone up to 9,700 crores, and thereby giving a profit of 3,007 crores. And expenditure made because we have a capex of around say 4,100 crores this year, because we have taken one project through NCLT for Tista 6 paying 900 crores, and then some money we have given to our joint venture with Jammu Kashmir for Prakaldul projects, and some payment we have done for some arbitration issues also, though it is not final. We are fighting in the court, and we have done good work also at the sites.
Mr. Singh, I'll just come to you in a minute. The markets have opened and we just want to refer to them. ITC is starting really strong, 5% higher. The numbers were in line with market expectation is what Mangalam told us. So the stock is getting a thumbs up also because it was one of the more neglected FMCG stocks. I'll leave it to Anuj to tell us more. Among other stocks that are seeing some buying are some mid-caps, you know, the usual PSU banks, IOB, IDBI, etc. But really, we will have to wait and see. The markets are so iffy. The Nifty started off with some 0.5% gain and is now up only about 0.1%. IndusInd, etc. You know, financials, as Ashwini pointed out, may be the pain point. The top 3-4 losers are all financials. IndusInd Bank, Bajaj Finserv, Axis Bank, and Bajaj Finance are all starting in the red, about 1 to 3%. Anuj, your thoughts?
Yeah, you know, first a word on ITC, like I explained on Friday as well. You know, the stock's pricing in something big. You know, it's this is Jan to March quarter earnings, which beyond a point won't have much relevance. But from the lows, it's a stock which has moved up a lot. And I think on Friday the decline was perhaps just ahead of the results, just taking home some profit. But it's a stock which has moved strong. The pre-opening rates are actually not as bad as the SGX Nifty is indicating, but of course still early days. Let's see. This Nifty future discount for me is really going to be the key from here, because beyond a point, if the market does not fall, then these people who've shorted will also have to cover. So I think today promises to be a very interesting day. We'll get some kind of verdict on whether the market's moving back towards 10,000 or moving upward towards 10,500. I think post 10 a.m. is when the market is likely to make perhaps that bit of a decisive move.
Okay. Thanks for that, Anuj. We'll come back to you. At the moment, there is a bit of red, about 0.25% knocked off the big indexes. Let's wait and see how things pan out. So despite ITC and NTPC, which also had sterling numbers, you're seeing a little bit of red on the index. But speaking of NTPC, we have got the other power generator with us, NHPC. Mr. Singh, thank you very much for your patience, sir. Well, can you tell us something about how the power demand was and what are your outstandings from DISCOMs? Is there any recovery with PFC giving some money to the DISCOMs?
Okay. There is some for the NHPC as far as concerned, because we know we are the project doing with the hydro project, and it's a must run project. We can't store the water, so we have to run the project. And the demand was never a problem for NHPC, because even during the COVID period, the minimum demand has gone around say 1.2 lakh megawatt, and power hydro were generated only 50,000 in the country, so there was never issue for the hydropower. And since we doesn't have any material to purchase for the raw material, we are using the water for the generation. That was not the issue for as far as the demand is concerned to NHPC. However, with the DISCOM, we had around 2,400 crore before the COVID dues with the market for more than 45 days. Now that has gone up to 2,900 crores. But ultimately, during this period also, we raised the bill of around 2,200 crore and got revenue of 1,200 crore from the bill, more than 60%, or approximately 60%. And since the PFC and REC is giving 90,000 crore to the DISCOMs, and for that the DISCOMs are working. Hopefully, by end of July, we'll getting around, say, 2,800 crore out of that balance amount. And just to support this DISCOMs, our ministry has taken a very strong step, and all the generator of the PSU has been requested for some relief to the DISCOM against the capacity charges. And as far as NHPC is concerned, that range was fixed for 20 to 25%. We have already given the benefit of 25% of the capacity charges, that is coming around 185 crore. That we have already given to the various DISCOMs, and we are raising the bill after deducting the 185 crore. So hopefully by the end of the July, we'll getting the money through DISCOM against the amount released by the REC and PFC.
Okay, so very quickly, can you give us an update on the stranded and the under construction projects like Subansiri, Prabhati 2 and Dibang, and what is the capex target now for the full year?
For this year, we have kept a capex of around 5,000 crores, and the Prabhati 2 is going on. There is no issue. We have some problem in the headrest tunnel. So one of the package has already we have awarded during the COVID period, and mobilization is started, and we are very hopeful to complete by December 21 for the Prabhati 2. In the Subansiri also, after the long time, after getting the clearance from the NGT, we have started the work. It was going in full swing. And because of the COVID and the restriction of the labors due to the MHA guidelines, some slow progress was there, but now again we are picking up since the monsoon is going in the Subansiri. So once the monsoon is over, whatever the losses we have made during this monsoon period, we'll make it up, and we are very confident the Subansiri will be commissioning some of the units by June 22. So on the Subansiri and Prabhati, we are very much geared up, and we are getting all support from the state government and the government of India also. And as far as Dibang is concerned, we have already floated tender. There is some small issue for the land compensation, which is under some subsidies, and hopefully within 2-3 months it will resolve. And the day it is resolved, we'll go for the PIB and CCA. We have already floated on tender for the diversion tunnel, and the contractor is ready for the taking of the work. Once the CCA is accorded, will award the work for this Dibang. So there's no issue on all the 3 projects right now.
All right, sir. So, we have to leave it at that. There are lots of questions always to ask a power producer, but we're running into a market opening. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. We will carry on this conversation after the results season. Well, at the moment, the markets are opening rather somber, especially when you look at the Nifty Bank.